Hey everybody, it's Bill, Blind Warrior Gamer, and today we're doing a review on the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection in terms of accessibility. This game was just released today, and it is available through digital purchase only as of right now, and can be purchased physically in December. It has been released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo Switch 2, as well as PC. Unfortunately, it is an accessibility failure. The game does not have any accessibility options for vision-impaired players. If you were to search this game on Google to ask if the game was going to be accessible for the blind, it would tell you, yes, it's going to be accessible, and it's going to have features that include audible assistance and narration. But I believe what happened is that the search tool took the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection name and applied some of the verbiage from Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1 in its annotation when you did the search. The game is for $50 US, and I would not recommend this game for anybody who does not have good eyesight. If you are vision impaired and you're a partial vision person, you may be able to get away with it with the built-in accessibility tool for magnification that comes with your console, whether it be Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox. But if you're trying to use this game without eyesight, it's not going to happen without sighted assistance. I'm in the main menu of the game right now, and as I navigate through the list, you can hear that there is no narration. It also has a loop around function, so as you arrow through the options, it does not get to the end of the list and stop. So you have to memorize where the position of the cursor begins and how many options you have in the vertical set. The same goes for the horizontal menu when choosing your game. The topmost option is to go ahead and play offline, so I will select that, or play game, and then play offline. Again, I've had to memorize these menus using OCR. You can use OCR if you're connected to your computer or playing from PC with the NVIDIA Advanced OCR technology. If you're playing on a console, you'll need a mobile device that has an OCR application similar to Google Lookout installed on your device so that you can get the OCR output and then allow it to read you the list so that you can count down the number of arrow keys you need to go through each option. Then when selecting your game, you would have to hold the OCR device up to your screen as you arrow left or right through the list of games. For those who have a little bit of eyesight that is usable, you can magnify and then zoom into the area where the text is. And if you're able to read it, great. In my case, it just looks like blurred colored streaks unless I stick my nose to the screen, so it's not really helpful all that much. When you get into a game and you choose the game you want to play, it loads up the game nice and quick. This is on the Nintendo Switch 2. There is no delay in getting in, but what you will find is that there is no audio when you are trying to select your characters. You also have no audio when wading through any of the tiles to show you your cutscenes or story elements. Once you get into the game, it usually doesn't tell you which character you've chosen until you are already selected your character, and then it just starts the combat. So there are some challenges to this. But the one thing that is nice is that every punch, every move, all has its own sound effect. So you kind of get an idea of what's going on based on the audio of the game. The one thing that you will have to note, though, is that some of the versions of the game do not have stereo sound, and so you don't really have an idea of which side of the screen you're on when you are playing the game. And so there can be some challenges with knowing which way you're facing, and then there is no indicator of spacing to allow you to know how far you are from your opponent or how close you are to your opponent. And so that presents some additional challenges for vision impaired players. Wearing a good headset, having a surround sound with a good volume level becomes that much more important when trying to play this game. When you're in a game, if you hold down the minus or select button, or whatever button it may be dependent on your console, it will take you into an additional options menu that has some additional settings for difficulty, for adjusting your timers, your fatality timers, but again, nothing in here to assist those of us who do not have eyesight or have very limited eyesight. So, with that being said, this isn't a game that I feel that I can recommend to people who cannot see very well or at all. With that being said, also as an important note, there are 2 additional games that are contained within this collection: Mortal Kombat Special Forces and Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero. If you are vision impaired, these games are not playable at all without sighted assistance if you are blind or have visual acuity that is probably less than 20/120. And this is just being a guesstimate based on how my vision used to be some time ago when I could still see to play video games without accessibility assistance technology. So with that being said, I would save your $50 and wait for a game like Assassin's Creed Shadows, or go and play Doom Classic using the Toby Doom add-on, or play World of Warcraft using SKU if it's World of Warcraft Classic, because those are games that you will actually be able to interact with. There are more games coming out that are accessible. This just happens to not be one of them, which is really disappointing when you look at what was done with Mortal Kombat 1 and how accessible that game was. So as a contrast, I'm just going to show you what was available in Mortal Kombat 1 compared to what we have here in Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. When you load up Mortal Kombat 1, after the initial loading screens, you actually get presented with a much better experience. This is Mortal Kombat 1 for Nintendo Switch, being played on the Nintendo Switch 2, but you have fully described cutscenes and a narration, not to mention everything in the game has screen reader narration. Combat sounds are done in such a way that you can play the game completely independent without needing sighted assistance. So I'm going to show how that looks. Oh, we've got a new season. But you can hear everything is very nicely voice acted. Everything is described. It's very disappointing that this was not made an option to us with the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. So here I'm in the Mortal Kombat 1 Invasions menu, and you'll see how everything is very nicely narrated. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go into the Towers of Time.
Arcade.
I'm going to select the arcade option.
Arcade. Unlock fighter endings. Arcade.
And it's going to go ahead and load.
7 floors. Plus 5 points. Level 1. About. Junior Emperor and batteries.
And now we're going to get into the combat. And this is what the Legacy Collection is missing. I'm going to go quiet and let you just hear all of the audio that's here in the game.
Ask my mother why I wasn't
transforms into a huge electric eel before constricting the victim.
So as you can see, everything is narrated. You have audio telling you how close you are to your opponent. You have block sounds. You have jump sounds, hit sounds, all kinds of different things to alert you as to what is going on in the game that you just don't have in Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. And so this is just a good contrast to show why Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is such an accessibility failure for a franchise that has become so well known for its accessibility. With that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that it has been informative, and if you could please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below, hit the bell as well, and share this with your friends, especially those who are vision impaired, who may be needing to know that this game will not work if you're blind, because you cannot find this information on the internet. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace out.